The biggest portion of population in rural areas of Uganda are living in poverty. Unfortunately, it is costly for a microfinance organization to reach the rural poor, and as a consequence, the vast majority of them lack access to formal financial services. These people definitely remain with only one alternative, which is the Village Saving and Loans Association, which is VSLA. Now, VSLA attempt to overcome the difficulties of offering credit to the rural poor by creating groups of people who can pool their saving in order to have source of lending funds. Under VSLA, members make savings contribution to the pool and can also borrow from it. VSLAs are a type of saving group that are local, self-managed, sustainable, secure, and highly profitable. They are an effective way of helping even the poorest households manage their money more effectively and staying out of debt. This idea or model was initiated by Moria Ines Inikea's Matamesa Deborah project in Niger in 1991, and today the model has spread to over 77 countries, including Uganda, with over 20 million active participants worldwide. That is according to www.vsla.net. In Uganda today, VSLAs are supported by the CARE International and the United Nations Development Programme after discovering that it is the only way people living in rural areas can redeem themselves from poverty. Due to increased level of poverty in the Bukomero community, Kiboga district, Mr. Ntale Tony, a then fresh graduate from Makerere, and Mr. Celestian Chiwanuka of World Vision Uganda introduced the VSLA idea to the community to enable members develop themselves.
I'm Ntale Tony, working with World Vision Uganda. Our communities in Kiboga lacked access to loans. So after my bachelor's degree in development studies, I decided to go back to the communities where I came from, and we started the saving associations. So they were so much praised about the idea of these associations, and after that we have been launching different saving organizations across Kiboga district.
Chairman in Akajamo Group Naturanda Alexa says because of VSLA, she has been able to buy her own land in spite of her little income generating jobs she does.
Naturanda Alexa, the chairperson of the group. Now the group is named as Galiawamu Men's Group, but we then enlarged it afterwards. But at first, it was only for women, and in this we dealt in things used at home, because we found ourselves like, as women, you find yourself that women deal so much in things used at home. So in that we could offer plates, like 30 of them, and some 30 cups. Those plates and the cups were like things decided as the group that we should offer to ourselves. But you were also free to give out some money, because when that person is receiving at that time, it is showed clearly that you gave out some money. It could clearly show that that person received the things decided, and those are the plates and cups that were decided as the group, and then that person could receive again some little money added on that. You may find yourself that you've got the cups and plates and use this money that has been added onto these plastic things. You use it in some other businesses. In other businesses, or maybe you use the money to help you at home. You can also use the money, being that you've got some plates and cups, you can also use the money to buy some saucepans, some kettles. But we decided that if one is capable, you should give out 10,000. That 10,000 to that person who who has managed to get it, and if someone has not managed, but we all managed to get the 10,000. We were 2 women in the group, but at last men were also joined in the group, so we end up to be 34 people in the group. To make it a saving group, some men who joined later never saw it as a benefit, but you could find yourself, when you save, you could reach a time and borrow some money to start up a business or something else. You could borrow like 500,000 shillings and start up your small business. You then work as you pay back. And we indeed saw it as something that will help us, because we had saw that we were done with those things of dealing with things at home, and the truth was we really needed money, and it has really helped us. People have borrowed money, bought plots, some have managed businesses. You find yourself, some have managed to build up shops. Divide the money amongst each other so that we can do things that we wish to do. The people I lead have really not got any problem among them, just because they love what they are into. They really borrow the money, they take and use it for their businesses, and then they pay it back. If one has failed to bring back the money in time, he or she gets all means, all ways. We take things slow, we work together.
Natureland has appreciated VSLA for sharpening their minds as far as planning is concerned, and urged all other people to embrace these associations because they are useful. As chairman, Butebe Credit Saving and Development Association, Matia Kalemela explains.
My message is I encourage everyone out there to join these associations because they are really helpful. They are so important in our society, and we are calling upon the government to really support these associations, because it's only these associations that we, the village people who actually depend on subsistence farming, can actually get out of poverty, because these associations can even support your agriculture by lending you money which you invest in your farming, and in return, after harvesting, you can bring back the money to the association. I personally have gained a lot from this association. I've always borrowed money for my agriculture activities. I used the last year's savings to construct this garage. Initially, this house didn't have a garage, but now it's standing out, and the place is now looking so good. I therefore encourage everyone out there to join these groups because they are really helpful if at all Ugandans are to get out of poverty.
My name is Stefan Zakeri, member of this group. This group started in January, then we started the saving slowly by slowly. Now that we are heading for the festive season, we are hoping to share the little money we have so far. By the time we start saving, the money is very little. So we go on saving month by month, so it goes on increasing. And by the end of the year, or by the time we come to share this money, you find that you have some good money to share or to take home. Normally, we have some challenges we face in life, but since we cannot collect that money at once, since in most cases we do not have that money at once, so this group helps us save this money. When we collect this money in large amounts, then we are able to solve our problems when we have this money together. This year has been a little bit challenging due to the pandemic of COVID-19. But for the coming year, I don't know how it is going to be. We're about to share this money, so I'm going to solve some of my problems that I've been having. Though the money is not that much that I'm hoping to get, but at least it will help me out in this season that we are heading into. By the beginning of this year, I used to save 10,000 or 15,000 a month. But due to the pandemic that arose in the following months of the year, sometimes I was unable. Sometimes I could save not even 10,000 just because I'd lost my job and the situation was not good. So I even don't know how much I'm hoping to get, but at least I know I have something that is going to help me throughout this season, this festive season, in the beginning of next year, because we must save this coming year, but we've not yet gotten this money so far. We have to first share and get this money this year, then start planning for the next year as well, because this year is almost ending. This is my next year's plan, that I start the money I'm going to start saving next year is going to help me buy a boda. So I hope I'm going to save as much as I can next year, so that by the end of next year I can be able to raise something like 2 million, then buy a boda, at least a second hand that I can use to get me some money, look after my family and my people.
Now, you may not get the whole money to accomplish your house or to start up a business you'd wish in just 1 year. But through VSLA saving, one can be able to collect about 500,000 shillings in a year after saving 12,000 per week. We would like to advise all Ugandans to start up such saving groups for the betterment of their future. This story has been compiled by Nakanyate Opista, Katerga Charles and David Owori.